What I do YouTube, I'm Jennifer Life here, back again bringing you another video, this time using a new team that I just created. So I don't know what happened with the beginning, kind of just skipped ahead. All I did was Dynamic Punch, he had a Lumberry, and then Drago Meteor me, then I switched out, expecting a Extreme Speed. So I'm going to go with my Landers as I'm caught up here, go for the Stealth Rocks, then U-turn out on the Rotom. I figured that a lot of Rotoms might run minus speed now, so I figured I could go into Machamp expecting the Will-O-Wisp, take that, and then just Dynamic Punch, and then finish it off from there. But man, Machamp is such a problem in OU. I don't know why people aren't using it more. It's just so good. But anyway, he goes into Dragonite, finishes me off with the Extreme T, and now he goes into his Vaporeon, expecting my Hidden Power Ice, I guess. So basically, as I said before, this is a Reflect type Latias team, or did I say that? Well, I don't know if I did or didn't, but anyway, this is a Reflect type Latias team. So you're going to see Reflect type Latias putting in work in this match. But so I finished off his Dragonite, and I get the switch priority. So I'm going to go into my Scarlet Infernape as he goes into the Haxorus. Now here I'm in a good position because he basically has to Dragon Dance again, or else he's going to die for my Scarlet Infernape. But actually, that Earthquake surprisingly didn't kill. But I do see the Dragon Claw, and since he is only at +1, I know that my Jellicent can take one Dragon Claw. If he had gone for Outrage, then I would obviously just go into Jirachi. So here he goes into a Scizor. The Scizor actually outsped me, which was very, very interesting. I did not expect the Scizor to outspeed me, so I'm kind of thinking here that it's Scarf. So I'm just going to U-turn out, expecting him to switch as I go into my Latias. So here I'm going to set up a Calm Mind, then set up a Reflect type, then go for Recover, and I Reflect type. I guess he didn't really know what I was doing, so he went for, or he didn't know what Reflect type was, so he went for Toxic, and then a bunch of stuff happened. So I'm not really sure why he didn't go for Toxic again. And here he went for Earth Power, trying to hit me on my Fire Steel side, but it didn't actually do that. So then he goes into the Vaporeon, and he just roars me away. I U-turn, doesn't kill. I'm so surprised that didn't kill. Survives with 1%, and now that Vaporeon is just going to get all the way back up to full health, which is very, very annoying. So now I'm going to double switch into my Latias, expecting him to switch. I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse here. He shows me that he has Ice Beam, so he has Wish and Roar and Ice Beam. I think he also had Protect, so I don't know if he went for that. So now I'm going to go out to my Latias, start setting up Calm Minds, and then he goes out into a Scizor. I'm going to switch out there, expecting him to U-turn. He crits my Jirachi, and at this point I've got 2 Pokemon left, so my plan here is to go into Infernape, just close combat, hope he just Scald or kills me. But when I realized that he didn't go for Scald here, it kind of led me to believe that he didn't have Scald, he only had Ice Beam as his only move, and that was kind of unfortunate for me because I was really scared that I was going to lose this battle because of that. So he's basically just Wish Protect on his Vaporeon, and he goes out to Scizor again as he goes for the U-turn. Doesn't kill me even with all the special defense drops, so that pretty much kind of confirms that it's probably more than likely Scarfed, because I think Bandit may have killed, but then again I do double resisted, so maybe it would not have. But I'm just close combating until I run out of close combats, and hopefully he doesn't Wish Pass into the Scizor when I start struggling, because basically he's just intent on Wish Protecting. I don't know why, but finally he kills me here, which is probably a mistake on his part. He should have gone for Wish and just kept going for that. Because now I can just go for Reflect type and then just start Calm Minding up. So he can go to his Heatran. I don't care because I'm faster than everything. So I'm just going to Reflect type the Heatran because I know he has Toxic. And he's probably going to go for that. And I'm going to do that. And now that Latias is my only Pokemon, he cannot roar me out any longer. So now I'm a Steel Fire type, and I Reflect type to become a Water type, so his Scizor can't do much to me. He's going to Wish Pass to his Scizor here. I'm going to Dragon Pulse so that that's actually not Scarfed, and that he is slower than my Latias, so that was interesting. He outsped my Jellicent. Normally Heatran don't, or not Heatran, Scizor don't run that too much speed, because normally my Jellicent is made to outspeed the standard Scizor, but his obviously has some speed EVs, because he did not take that Dragon Pulse well. Well, I don't have any special attack EVs on here, it's just max HP, max speed, and some defense EVs. And he's not really taking these Dragon Pulses well, so he's probably max attack, max speed. So here, I think I am what am I? I think I'm a Water type at this point. So he's trying to superpower me. It's not going to do much, as I'm going to go into my Latias, go for the Dragon Pulse, trying to kill that Scizor, because really that's the only really trouble Pokemon on my team, on his team. So now he's going to switch out into Vaporeon, expecting my Reflect type, but I really don't care. I don't mind being a Water type. Then it's going to go out to the Heatran. I get a critical hit. I'm pretty sure that definitely mattered. And I'm actually running low on Dragon Pulses here, so I got to hope that that he that he doesn't, you know, keep playing around with it. And here I don't know what he was expecting. I really don't know. But he double switches into Scizor, probably expecting the reflect type so he could start maybe I don't know what he was really doing there, but basically Latias just took on his entire team, and he's going to attempt to roar me right here. Ice Beam's not going to do anything, and since I am a water type, even if he crits me, it would still do nothing. So it's pretty much over at this point. So he's going to go for Ice Beam. I guess he just gives up, Wish Protecting, or maybe he just kind of ran out, and so I'm going to defeat his team with Reflect type Latias, takes down the rest of his guys. So that's going to do it for that battle, and I'm going to get into another battle shortly. Oh yeah, my computer was dying at the time of this recording. But anyway, what's up, guys? I didn't even get a chance to say anything because the video started so quickly. So anyway, this is the next battle. Next couple of battles, actually. I'm still using the same team, and these videos really just showcase Machamp. Machamp is such a problem. Like, it forces you to just play with confusion. And I don't know if you guys know, but whenever you play with confusion, you're gonna lose. So I take a good 36% off on this Showdown. That tells me that it's especially defensive, because if it was physically defensive, it would only do about 26 to 28%. Now there he gets a one-turn confusion, doesn't hit himself, and then goes for confusion ends, he's able to get off slack off. So I know for a fact that means he's going to hit himself these next couple of times. Well, I actually don't know that, but I just feel like the universe is going to make him hit himself. So now here he goes into Latios, just finishes me off with a side shot because I get some good damage off with the bullet punch. And now I'm going to go into my Jirachi. U-turn out expecting the Scizor, so I'm going to go into Landorus, get the Intimidate on it, make that Scizor pretty much useless, and then I'm going to go for Stealth Rock. Now his Scizor outsped my Landorus. That's definitely a Scarf Scizor. No Scizor runs that much speed to outspeed Landorus, who has base 91 speed. So I'm going to U-turn out on the Breloom, get a crit. I figured it would be the Toxic Orb Poison Heal Breloom set, since he's in the sand, it would be stupid to run Life Orb, kind of. So I'm going to go on Latias to absorb the Spore, because it's pretty much the most useless Pokemon on my team, as he's going to double switch into Scizor, probably trying to pursuit trap me, but that's not going to happen, as I'm just going to go into Landorus and go out, get a U-turn off. Probably should have Earthquake there, but I kind of expected him to go to Latias. Didn't think he would switch Keldeo directly in on an expected, on a possible Earthquake. So here my Jolly Scarf and Fernip gets outsped and killed by a Rotom. So, or not a Rotom, a Keldeo. So I know that means that he's also Scarfed as well. So I'm going to double switch, going to Jellicent, knowing that he has to switch because he can't touch me. And he goes for Drain Punch here, which is interesting. So he's not sub-punching when he's more probably like Leech Seed, Drain Punch, or something like that. Go for Earthquake. It actually surprisingly kills. I kind of expected him to switch back into Keldeo or Scizor, but now he's going to go out to Latios, and since his Breloom is dead, my Sleep Fodder Pokemon is pretty much useless, so I don't need Sleep Fodder anymore. So now he's going to go out into his Latios, and I'm just going to Thunder Wave because there's nothing else on his team that wants to be Thunder Wave at this point. So I'm just going to Iron Head, and I'm just going to do what Jirachi does. Now he was upset, and I was like, well, why are you upset? I mean, I have an 85, or it's like 85% chance for you not to attack me. Like, I just play the percentages. That's what Jirachi does. In fact, it's hacks. If Jirachi doesn't get hacks, that's hacks. And then he goes into Keldeo. I don't know what he was expecting. A Jolly Scarf Keldeo is not going to be taking out a especially defensive Jirachi anytime soon, but he had enough after that. So we'll get into this next battle here. Again, Machamp causing problems for opposing players' Pokemon. So here I'm going to do a good, like, what, 50% to that Swampert. Then he has to switch out. He's going to get confused. He hits himself with confusion, and he dies to an Ice Punch. I mean, Machamp is just it's just such a problem here. He gets hits through the confusion here, does Scald, and he's in Torrent range, and it still doesn't even do half. Like, Machamp is so bulky, causes so much problems for opposing opponent's Pokemon. It's just such a threat. And he goes into his Alakazam, gets Thunder Wave, and he's had enough. He just couldn't deal with it. But Champ took out 2 Pokemon, and looking at his team, he had a Tyranitar, a Stoutland, and a what's this shit called? Damn, I can't think of his name. A Terrakion, and that's his team did not like Machamp. So going to this battle, I Ice Punched the Landorus right off the bat and freeze him on the first turn. I outsped his Landorus, which was really interesting. He goes out to his Espeon, expecting it probably to be the dual screener. I'm just gonna go out into my Landorus, try to just get some U-turn damage off on it, but these U-turns aren't doing anything to this thing. Basically, what I'm going to do here is just stall down the screens, because as long as he's staying in, I'm just wearing down the screen, so I'm not really worried. So here, I did that. I went into Landorus to pass the wish, then I just double switched to go back into Jirachi. As I go into my Latias now, he Hydro Pumped me, which I'm not really sure why he did that, but he definitely showed me Thunder Wave, which is interesting. You usually don't see Thunder Wave on Rotom, but it can be useful in certain situations. Like in that instance, if my Latias was a standard Latias, he would have been able to cripple me, and he's got Cure in Black, so it's not such a bad thing. So here I'm going to go into my Infernape on his Landorus as he goes into Alakazam, and not expecting me to be Scarfed, he goes for He goes into his Elegance trying to get some damage off on me, but it doesn't happen. He goes back into his Landers. I'm going to U-turn, go into my own Landers. Now here, I expected him to go into his, or actually this time I didn't expect him to go for, I expected him to go for anything except Espeon. So first time it was Landers versus Landers, it was a speed tie, and I went for, I believe, U-turn, expecting his Espeon to come in, but this time I didn't do that. So now we're just getting into a Rotom Latias battle. He keeps staying in, Hydro Pumping me, I guess hoping that I'll get confused, but it's more likely that, well, actually, no, that's not true. I was gonna say it's more likely that he gets he misses Hydro Pump that I missed, then I get paralyzed. And actually, the funny thing is that I never got paralyzed in this entire battle, fully paralyzed once. I just kept Dragon Pulsing away. And basically, he's just letting me wear down his Rotom because I really don't need Latias except for Rotom. And now that it's paralyzed, and he just Volt Switched out. He decided there randomly to Volt Switch out. I'm like, wow, I don't understand that play at all. So now he goes out to his Scizor. I know it's Scarf, so he's probably not gonna pursue me. He's probably gonna go for the U-turn. And he goes back into his Rotom, and I'm just going to U-turn here and go back into Latias, so that way if he attempts to Pain Split, he's not going to get that much back, and I don't really need Latias anyway, so I'm just slowly wearing down his Rotom, and I'm just going to Dragon Pulse, get a crit on the Scizor, and then I'm going to stay in, expecting him to pursue here this time. If he has it, and also just to stay in, just so that he doesn't keep getting switch initiative. So now I'm going to go out into my Landers, U-turn there, get a crit. I'm not sure it really mattered in the long run because I basically it's just close com win at this point. I can just click close combat and utterly destroy his entire team. So I'm going to close combat the Espeon here, and now because his Rotom was really the only thing that could really take a close combat semi well. So now I don't want a chance with the Bullet Punch with the defense drops, and he actually predicts that really nicely and goes for the U-turn instead of the Bullet Punch. But now he goes into his Alakazam, and Alakazam just isn't that great in OU because, you know, Jirachi is a thing. As long as Jirachi's on the team, you have to stay switching, especially if it's specially defensive. But anyway, again, I just went with close combat. Now here, since I only had one defense drop, I didn't expect it to KO me, so I figure, okay, this has got to be a Banded Scizor because there's no way a Scarf Scizor would have KO'd me with Bullet Punch with only one defense drop. So another Scizor that runs speed EVs, because my Landers obviously has none. And that's going to do it for the battles. Viewers, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I invented Reflect Type Latias. Remember that. Deuces.